Joe Spagnolo has been on the phone non-stop for 6 days straight. It's not abnormal, especially for this time of year, for the Iona Prep football coach. But when you're navigating your former players through the NCAA transfer portal, like they are right now, the calls and texts can be overwhelming.
A lot of long nights of phone calls.
Since the transfer portal for Division I football players opened on Monday, Iona Prep has had 9 former players, many from the 2021 state championship team, enter their name with interest to move on from their current program. And not just move on, but move up. And with NIL, prosper financially in the process.
Out of the 9 or 10, I think 7 of them are looking to transfer up. They are sought after kids that are going to get opportunities to either benefit monetarily or just benefit with a higher level of football.
The Iona Prep names in the transfer portal should be familiar, especially if you've been following the program's rise to become one of the best in this part of the country. Justin Jolly, a 2022 graduate and tight end, headlines the group. He announced he was leaving UConn after 2 seasons. The schools after him include Tennessee, NC State, and Boston College. Corday Sidnor, a defensive end, is leaving Purdue after his sophomore season. He's been offered already by UCLA, Arizona State, Minnesota, and others. Ethan Robinson is probably the most remarkable of all. He was a 2021 Iona Prep graduate who landed at Bucknell. He's now in the transfer portal after 3 stellar seasons. His recruitment includes the SEC in Auburn, USC, and more by the day. Doug Phillips is a Westchester resident and the founder of Accelerate Sports Ventures, a leader in the complex name, image, and likeness space. Phillips works directly with college athletic programs on the Division I level on NIL allocation, as well as the education of high school and college athletes on maximizing their earning potential. In his expertise, Phillips believes Jolly, Sidnor, and Robinson could all be looking at significant paydays when they're ready to commit.
All of those guys are going to end up at Power 5 programs. They're all potential starters. And you're looking at 6 figures now because of the transfer portal and the value that they can bring.
And the list for Iona Prep transfers goes on. Jordan Dunbar leaving Rice. Jamar Edwards and Deonis Polanco are leaving Union College. Marshall Futrell at Charlotte. Kamari Glasgow, an all-conference first-team running back, is leaving Merrimack. Jarrell Washington is looking to move on from Stonehill. All feel they've proved themselves and have better futures ahead. And that's just so far. And now they enter the transfer portal, which is a blindfolded leap into choppy waters. They've all turned back to Spagnolo, who's technically not been their football coach in 2+ years, and they're looking for guidance.
Yeah, I mean, they're on an island by themselves. They don't have anyone really guiding them through the process, kind of like when they were in 12th grade.
Yeah, high school coaches are critical in helping these athletes come to make this decision, which again is life-changing, right? And with the transfer portal only being open for 30 days, they want to lean on people that they can truly trust. And the coaches from high school are really a big part of that.
They're making decisions in short time periods with limited amount of knowledge, and they got to be right.
Being right doesn't just mean where you fit on a depth chart. It could also mean tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's a completely new world, right? This is so new, not only the transfer portal, but NIL. And so coaches need to do everything they can to get educated on all the rules, on all of the different things that are going on, the dates that are important. There's a lot to it, and coaches need to do their best to stay up to date on all of it.
I advised all my guys that are in the portal to post every single offer they get to create a continuous buzz about them. I'm advising them before they go on trips to have a monetary conversation. So obviously it's a supply and demand issue. It's a situation where some of the numbers are outrageous. Some of the numbers are outrageous, then the next day the offer's off the table. Some of it really comes down to supply and demand. If a team needs a position bad enough, they're going to pay more than they probably should for it at this point, just to make sure they're whole at a position. If that kid solves a problem for the program.
The communication period for Division I football transfers ends December 16th, which should allow just enough time for Spagnolo to resume the recruiting process of his current players, as well as be the father who's planning for Christmas.
This is the busiest time of year. We have 2025 national recruiting going on. We have 2 or 3 guys that are getting nationally recruited. You know, you have 24 recruiting, that's the current senior class. I'm doing this a while now, and like the colleges, we have a calendar. you know, and there's things you do at certain times of year, and there's really no time for this portal stuff, but it's necessary. You know, our guys need guidance, they need help, and you're not going to say no to guys that you coach and you care about. So you just find time. There's no time, but you find time.